The refusal of the SSS to honor a clear order of court through habitual, and is not only worrisome but unacceptable, is an affront on the authority of the court and our entire judicial system. Such blatant disregard for and contemptuous, spiteful, and insolent disrespect of an order of court, if allowed to fester, would undermine the very integrity of the court and breed even new level of rascality by the state agents. It would also amount to surrendering the freedom and right of all the 12 detainees to the whims and caprices of all agencies that has gone rogue and strive in willful disobedience of court order. In the light of this, we are giving the State Security Service, particularly its Director General, 48 hours and not an hour more within which to fully obey and comply with the release order of the court in favor of all the 12 detained associates of Chief Sunday Igboho, or face contempt proceedings before a court of competent jurisdiction with full weight and recompense of court brought to bear against his insolence and disregard of court order. Take notice that we will not fail to exhaust all legal and social remedy available to the detainees in enforcing their rights in this matter, setting the tone against the SSS notorious disregard of due process and rule of law. The DSS is also a citizen who is also binded by this law. After 48 hours, if DSS refuse to respect the court order, we will proceed with the contempt proceedings against the DG of DSS. We shall ensure that the court commit the DG DSS to prison. We want him to taste prison and see how the liberty of citizens should be taken very, very important. And as a matter of fact, if the DG DSS does not sleep in prison for 2 or 3 days, there is no way he can recognize the importance of liberty. There's no way he can recognize the importance of freedom. And our position is this, that the DSS must come to recognize that in a constitutional democracy, that the law is above every individual, and it does not matter how they feel. It does not matter their individual opinion about the person of Chief Sunday Igboho or about the person of the 12 detainees currently in their detention. We want to call on the DG DSS that this is a very serious warning. We want to call on the Nigerian Bar Association to wake up to its responsibility. There's a need for us to begin to hold accountable people who are trusted with position of authority. There's a need for us to begin to hold accountable people who are given responsibility to protect our constitution. DSS, police, and all that law enforcement agencies should first learn how to respect the law and show due regard to our law. These people have been granted bail, but the DSS has refused to release them for reasons best known to them. And we want to say this, beyond go proceeding with a contempt proceedings against the DSS, we are very, very sure and certain that Nigerians, particularly the Yoruba people who feel they have been oppressed under this government, will mobilize in no distant time for a very serious revolution, for a very serious protest to liberate Nigerians, to liberate this country from the hands of spineless entities who believe they can act the way they are. And that is the reason we've invited you all to this important press conference, to let the world understand that we are tired of acts by individuals who are privileged to be in position of authority, yet take the position of authority to oppress and suppress citizens. We are tired of the disdainful act of the DG of DSS. This is not the first time, for the record, that the DG DSS has demonstrated arrant disrespect for our rule of law. This is not the first time that the DG SSS has shown utter disrespect for court order. There is no land where democracy is practiced that there is flagrant disregard for the law, flagrant disregard for the constitution, flagrant disregard for the court.